Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
I have been looking for this photo for a long time and I finally found it. Actual proof that there are organic humanoids that have been in use since 1938, and it sort of connects the dots to a lot of theories that I've had that I've talked about on here, but the videos keep getting taken down, so there's some stuff that I have to leave out. But this kind of connects to this other video that I made about a year ago. Trigger warning, because this is kind of spooky, but I've got one question for whoever took this video. What is the point of having fake humanoids on display in your secret underground tunnel unless you're going to use them to impersonate people? Like, what other reason could there be to have a whole freezer full of these guys just hanging here and ready to be in use? Like, what other possible reason would there to be than to impersonate like a famous person, like a celebrity, or even a politician? Like, why? What is even the point of making these? Somebody tell me. I have been looking for this photo for a long time and
Skin suits. You think celebrities are throwing on skin suits? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Definitely an interesting theory.
Y'all, no joke, this is a real sleep paralysis demon caught on camera. Now, throughout history, these things were called succubuses. They would sit on your chest while you slept and try to steal your soul, which sounds eerily similar to sleep paralysis demons and what people experience during sleep paralysis. The OP of this photo has sleep paralysis, and they decided to set up a camera while they slept on their couch. When they captured this photo, the camera had detected motion and took some snapshots. And as you can see, the person has their arm lifted up into the air as a shadowy figure is touching their arm sitting on their stomach. Now I went ahead and brightened the image so you can see it better. There is no form to this figure. It's crouched down, looking at this man as he sleeps, holding his hand. Do you think they captured a sleep paralysis demon, tormenting this person in their sleep, or what do you think is going on here? And why are there so many accounts throughout history of these things exist? Y'all, no joke, this is a real sleep paralysis.
That was pretty creepy. It looked like some type of entity on his chest.
Reported the sphere felt icy cold, the temperature of a refrigerator, yet it somehow held a superheated core. When even a single drop of water touched the metal, it hissed and instantly vanished into a plume of vapor. One of the men who handled the orb fell ill for days afterward.
Guys, what is going on? If this is an extraterrestrial item, why are they just rubbing it with their hands? At least put some gloves on. Go grab 2 grocery bags and put it on each hand before you start rubbing some UFO. You don't know what's really inside. What's going on here? It's like they're not even trying. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because we do these videos every single day. And I'd love to see you around here. So let's get straight back into the action.
What if I told you the world's most terrifying artifacts aren't on display, but locked away in museum basements, hidden for a reason? From twisted mummies to cursed dolls, these are objects too dangerous, too disturbing, and too unexplained to ever meet the public eye. Hidden behind a secret door in Denmark's Little Museum of Nykøbing Falster, sorry, my Danish isn't very great, museum workers uncovered something straight out of a nightmare. A grotesque, wolf-headed humanoid preserved with unnerving realism. During renovations in 2017, staff stumbled upon a concealed chamber containing crates, documents, and sketches belonging to the eccentric Cornelius S.C. Rotter, the building's mysterious former owner. Among his bizarre collection was this unsettling figure, carefully crafted from animal fur, bones, and disturbingly lifelike materials, sparking whispers of occult rituals and forbidden practices. Museum curators remain baffled, uncertain whether Rotter intended this creature as dark art, a ceremonial relic, or something far more sinister. Whatever the truth, it now remains locked safely away from public eyes, hidden hidden in the back rooms, perhaps for our own protection. Hidden away in a museum's shadowy backroom sits a grotesque artifact that blurs the line between myth and nightmare. The skeletal remains of what can only be described as a centaur, a creature straight out of ancient Greek legend. Discovered tucked away behind locked doors in a European curiosity museum, this bizarre skeleton immediately sparked wild rumors about its origins. Constructed with startling anatomical precision, the piece seamlessly combines genuine human and equine bones, fueling unsettling theories of secret experiments or occult rituals conducted centuries ago. Museum insiders have hinted that the skeleton's origins trace back to an obscure 18th century collector known for his obsession with mythological hybrids, though details remain intentionally vague. Whether a twisted scientific hoax or a dark artifact with a genuinely cursed past, one thing's clear: there's a good reason it's being hidden far from the eyes of the public. Tucked away in a dimly lit museum storage room, hidden from public view, stands an artifact so strange it immediately sparks a sense of dread. A skeletal creature with oversized, almost alien features, known simply as the Atacama skeleton. Originally discovered in Chile's Atacama Desert, early tests baffled researchers due to its tiny size, elongated skull, and startlingly abnormal anatomy, fueling wild theories that ranged from extraterrestrial life to ancient curses. More detailed analysis eventually confirmed it was human, yet the mutations that warped its bones remained an eerie mystery, some speculating that ancient rituals or secretive experiments were involved. Now locked away behind closed doors, the skeleton remains a haunting relic, too unsettling to display openly, too intriguing to completely discard. Hidden deep within a museum's forbidden archives lies an artifact straight from your dark.
Oh no, they got Smeagol on here? Oh no.
Darkest childhood fears, a tiny, grotesque mummy known ominously as the Pixie specimen. Recovered by a private collector known as Alex CF, this bizarre creature has sparked unsettling debates about its origins. With its shrunken, shriveled body, disturbingly lifelike features, and remnants of fiery red hair, it appears horrifyingly genuine. Some speculate it was crafted as a macabre Victorian curiosity, while others believe it to be physical evidence of mythological beings like fairies or pixies secretly studied by occult societies. Locked away and rarely mentioned publicly, the Pixie specimen remains shrouded in secrecy, its unsettling presence haunting museum curators brave enough to enter the back room alone. Hidden in a dark museum storeroom lies an artifact so terrifying it feels plucked straight from sailor legends, known as the Fiji mermaid. Originally displayed in sideshows during the 19th century, this particular specimen is among the most unnerving ever discovered. Combining the dried upper torso of a monkey with the scaly body of a fish, its grotesque, glassy-eyed stare has sparked rumors of dark rituals, curses, and sightings of real aquatic humanoids. Sailors once believed owning a Fiji mermaid brought storms, shipwrecks, and madness, making museums hesitant to place them openly on display. Locked away, carefully hidden from public view, this creature now sits silently, fueling chilling whispers about what else the seas and secret museum storerooms might be hiding.
I thought the centaur was crazy. It said it was collected by someone that likes mythological specimens. How wild is that? This was allegedly witnessed by hundreds of people. Crowd's reaction: two incredible UFOs flying over a football game. I love how people are just getting up, leaving, like they just not even questioning what's going on. They said, "Up, my time to go." I guess the people were upset because a couple aliens got to watch the football game for free. You know, this is definitely generated, but it's definitely crazy to think about if something like this were to happen. I'm not even going to begin to think what that red stuff could be. I'll give you a hint. It's not mercury. In 1983, a diver found a treasure chest in the sunken Dutch galleon.
It's the only treasure chest found this century and the contents of the purest Robert Louis Stevenson. Silver pieces of 8 from Mexico and Dutch gold ducats in mint condition. This handful alone is worth £12,000 and there were 2,000 ducats found in the chest. Time and the sea have concreted the silver coins, but there's at least 7,000 of them, each one worth around £50 to a collector. It's the only treasure chest found this century and the content...
Ducats? What is a ducat? A gold coin? I love that name, a ducat. We just uncovered several ducats.
This footage proves that people 100 years ago were more advanced in many technologies than we are, and now I'm going to show you technologies of the past that are unbelievable. For example, this archival footage from as far back as 1925. Don't you notice anything strange? They show a car driving without a human being because this is the first Opel car on autopilot. What about this anti-theft suitcase? When a thief picks up the suitcase, 3 giant pins shoot out of it and the handle clamps down on his hand. But if the thief did try to escape, you could easily catch him with this net shooting device where he wouldn't stand a chance. And in these shots from 1950, there's a folding mini electric motorcycle that could go up to 70 kilometers per hour. Would you ride one of these? But most of all, we were surprised by these giant monocycles of 1930, which could accelerate to almost 100 kilometers per hour and were very easy to control. But why did they hide all this technology from us?
Was this before the reset? Almost like they're recycling the technology and profiting from it.
If the workers lacked machinery and had to make parallel incisions by hand, it suggests that they extracted as little stone as possible while expending a significant amount of labor. Moreover, why would they create perfectly polished and precisely angled 90-degree cavities in the rock if their sole intention was merely to extract stone? Such meticulous craftsmanship suggests other motivations or purposes behind their laborious efforts. But the question is, what?
Almost like they were trying to make a temple, or maybe they were testing some equipment out. You know, maybe they were calibrating the UFO CNC mothership, you know, like, hey man, we got this job to do. Go ahead and hit this. We'll come back and fix it later. Next thing you know, that entire rock then got lasered out. Look at the precision. How else did they do it? You think someone, you know, went and chiseled that by hand? No. For entertainment purposes only, this is just theories and allegedly.
Go, zooming in. Zooming in, zooming in. Zooming in. There it is. We can see it on the camera. Y'all see it?
It looks like a mist, but I guess it's clouds.
There it is.
It's huge.
That's it right there.
Nice.
And I'm trying to be still. Yeah. It's got cracks in it. It's looking down.
It looks angry.
Yeah, looks angry. It's looking down at us right now. Let me zoom out. Here we go. I'm zooming in.
This one's absolutely crazy. A face by the moon. See if I can get it over a little bit. Look at that. And the actual crack in it? Can you imagine looking behind the moon and you see that? That would be absolutely terrifying. Somebody looking behind the moon?
This literally is out of this world. What is this? It's something I'd never seen before. I didn't know existed. This is a peridot that came in from a meteor. Literally from out of this world. It's different than any other peridot that would have been found in the world. We have a whole book on it. We have a cert on it. Including the GIA. It calls it extraterrestrial origins. This to me is like so cool. This literally is out of this world. What is this?
An extraterrestrial item. Interesting. I don't know why, but this entire scene is giving me Men in Black vibes. But this item is definitely crazy. Extraterrestrial identification is wild.
Is this Noah's Ark proved? Watch.
Drogestones look like giant anchors. These are so big, they're the size of a car. Well, a drogestone was used to balance ships in bad weather, and they found them in the Mediterranean, they found them on the Nile. They were used all over in ancient ships in the ancient world. Well, the Ark would have had these balancing stones bigger than any drogestones in history. They have found 26 of them. You come to understand that as the Ark began to slow and the water began to go down, Noah and his boys began to cut those stones, and if you follow them like breadcrumbs, they lead you all the way to where the Ark is right now. Maybe you've heard of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a real ancient king, and Gilgamesh said in his epic that he went to see the builder of the Ark. He said there was a saddleback mountain. He called it the place of the rising of the sun. And he said just below those mountain peaks was the first settlement where the builder of the Ark settled with his family. Well, guess what? If you go to this Darupanar site, right above it is a saddleback mountain, just like described in the Epic of Gilgamesh. And just below it is the first settlement, which is described in Genesis chapter 10, verse 4. It's called Mesha.
I wonder how Gilgamesh survived the flood.
Top left. That's the one.
That?
When I first saw that in the Cairo Museum, I thought, how on earth did they do this? Why isn't this a big mystery?
That looks like a piece of an engine.
It does, doesn't it? It looks like part of something else. We're finding a bit of something larger.
Wow, that looks like some part of some kind of machine.
More proof of ancient technology added to the list. There's something creepy going on there. I wouldn't be messing around too much longer. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen today, feast your eyes on this. Alright guys, I'm going to try to pronounce this name. Rumobohedral rhodochrosite crystal from Sweet Home Mine, Colorado. Okay, that was a difficult one. That's probably the most craziest name I've seen on one of these specimens. But let's take a look at it. With cube-like structures on it. It looks like someone sprinkled white rice, jasmine rice on top of this geode. Interesting. If I had to name this, I would name this red jelly rice. Look how he's so aggressive with it. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get to the bottom of these crystals. But when he broke this piece, like he knew exactly where it was. Because when he broke that, bam, there it is. Some candy corns. If I had to name this, some candy corns.
In the world. One of the most famous structures in Ollantaytambo is the Temple of the Sun. There, we can find remarkable stonework, which includes large slabs of pink granite, intricately carved and precisely aligned. The stone blocks weigh between 50 and 70 tons, and they are fitted together with such precision that not even a sheet of paper can slide between them. This precision, along with the scale and the transportation of these stone blocks, indicates a highly advanced level of technological and engineering sophistication that was not yet available to the Incas. One of the stones has a remarkably precise pattern that resembles a step pyramid. This is actually a Chacana cross, an ancient Andean symbol that can be seen on various megalithic sites all across South America in the world. One of the most famous structures.
I just had a crazy idea. Like, I mean, it seems pretty common sense, but what if these giants were actually smart? Like, they knew how to build, they knew how to do like technology and stuff. They weren't just your ogres that run around, hitting themselves on the head with a damn club. What if they were actually capable of doing some type of technology? It would, or even if they had basic tools, they could definitely be capable of doing some stuff like this. Only a theory, of course.
They shouldn't exist, but they do. Towering statues carved from single stone blocks stand in total isolation, some deep in the Himalayas, others hidden in flooded jungles of India. No nearby ruins, just perfectly chiseled faces, staring blankly across time. They're not gods, not kings. No known culture claims them. They shouldn't exist, but they do.
Wow, it even has the 6 toes and 6 fingers, I believe.
There are ancient temples underground, sealed for thousands of years. Hidden beneath desert sands, some subterranean temples remain completely inaccessible. No safe paths, just narrow shafts, collapsed tunnels, and traps.
The Temple of Edfu was constructed under Ptolemaic rule. The inscriptions on its walls contain valuable information about language, mythology, and religion in Egypt during the Hellenistic period. The Temple of Edfu was constructed under Ptolemaic rule.
All right, looking at this, I can be like, okay, this was handcrafted. I can believe that. I wonder how they had ventilation, though. I'm sure they had it, but, I get, what's the word, claustrophobic. All right, guys, we have another sphere from, this one's different. This is Etha, the name of the sphere. They named it. The other one is called Kayawahai. The one uploaded was so cool. Okay. So we got 2 spheres now?
Sola. Increíble. ¿Sola se mueve? Sí.
I wonder if this extraterrestrial item weighs 50 pounds like the other one did. Exactly 50 pounds.
Myself asking the same questions. Was this built with a hammer and chisel? Or was it some sort of technology? Was it built in the 1800s? Or was it hundreds of years before that? Is this building from the old world, along with all the other buildings around the world that look exactly the same as this? Did that civilization get reset in 1776? And they did their best to make us forget the old world. I even think the modern stonemasons would have trouble building this. The architecture has pinpoint accuracy and both of the sides match up. It's machine-like precision. Look out for some old world buildings in your area, guys. Stay blessed.
The code word for today's video is ducats. Go ahead and drop ducats in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through this video. And I just want to say thank you, man. Your support means the world to me. And, I'm very appreciative of it. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.